Are those reindeer?
They are just deer.
You haven't seen these before?
No, I have not.
You haven't seen my collection of pajama pants that I wear every week?
I've seen some of others.
I forgot to wear them.
What?
I've seen some others.
Oh, okay. Yeah, these are the deer, and it says trophy husband.
Oh.
Hi, guys. That's better. That's Brian and Linda. Hi, you guys. Whew. Yeah, I need to get some more.
Huh?
I need to get some more.
Oh, try no boxer.
And it's too expensive. I just Amazon.
Ah.
They have these like galaxy-based ones with like planets and
That's
stars.
not my bacon in there.
As long as they have pockets. I got these ones with llamas.
Oh.
They have these ones that I got with llamas on it. It's really, really cute, but really, really hot because it's like fleece and no pockets.
Ah.
You have to have pockets.
Well, you gotta get the Dalai Lama.
Okay. Hi.
Sorry.
Hi, Jane. I don't have my glasses to read that. Next one, I apologize. Let me see. Tessie, hi. That's weird choosing these things. Whew. Just like a minute or so, then we'll go ahead and start. I'll pull something up on my phone. This will be fun to read. Oh. It's been so long, I forgot to set this up. I'm wondering where's my bell. Good morning, Martha. Or evening. Okay, let's get started, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Here live at the temple and playing at home. Welcome to the Dharma Bum Temple Loving Kindness Meditation. My name is Alex. It is wonderful to be here with you today. So let me just get started first by asking, I know Ryan, is your first time to Loving Kindness Meditation, but not your first time here. All right. Anybody first time either to the Dharma Bum Temple or the Loving Kindness Meditation? Nice. Well, welcome. Which one? Just the Loving Kindness Meditation or the temple itself?
I've been to the temple twice.
Okay, so this is your first time to this one. Welcome. Wonderful to have you. Unfortunately, I was not here last week. I was hiking in Sedona and the Red Rocks, and it was amazing, and I loved it, and it was my first vacation in 2 years, sorry. And I had a great time, did a lot of hiking, and got really, really, really sore because I've been sedentary for the last 2 years. Gained a lot of weight, hopefully lost some of that. But that's just what it is. And I had a really, really, really good time. One of the things that was really funny that happened in Sedona was, I forget where I was at. I was at some store, some like new agey store. I was getting some gifts for people, and it was Crystal Magic. That was the store. I remember. That's the name of the store, Crystal Magic. It's the most popular one there. It's like, it is like filled like all the time. And they have this woman there. She was talking about Buddhism, and she said, "Oh yeah, but they don't believe in God. It's an atheist religion." And it's like every fiber in my being, I resisted not to go up there and said, "No, it's not." But that was interesting, I didn't say anything. I just moved on. But that was an interesting, kind of thing for me, saying something wrong and me having that kind of reaction to it. And it just points to something. It's just a misunderstanding that people have about Buddhism, about, is Buddhism an atheist religion? And it's not. And here's why it's not. So the Buddha was a proponent of what's called the middle way, the way of not indulging and not in the way of not denying yourself too much, right? So in this middle way, we're talking about the middle way in a lot of things, and it also the middle way when it comes to God or like deities, like, or say God or gods. When these people came and asked the Buddha about, and it could be either God, it could be either like, is there a soul? Is there, eternalism, when you have a soul that gets reincarnated over and over, or if when you die, is there just nothing? You just die and you die. And the Buddha, when asked this question, just stood there in silence. And he said, "That's not the right question. That's the wrong question." He wouldn't answer it. He wouldn't say either way. Right? And the reason why he wouldn't say either way is because both of those things, either eternalism or nihilism or annihilationism, those are both things to hang on to grasp onto, to get attached to. Either atheism or eternalism, not believe in anything or absolutely believe in something. And so the Buddha, this is his strategy, is to not hang on to either of those two, because hanging on to those two, they both constitute suffering. It's still just suffering, right? And I didn't have time for that kind of an explanation at the bookstore, so I just didn't say anything. And it's just really interesting. I've mentioned this a lot. I'm on social media, in a lot of spiritual pages, especially on TikTok, and I see a lot of spiritual kind of misinformation, not disinformation. It's not purposeful, but I see a lot of that. And one of the things I've been thinking about is, do I want to create content on there on social media about Buddhism and meditation? And so I haven't done anything, but it's something I'm certainly thinking about. I don't really want to use that to like call people out or call out misinformation or anything like that, at least specific people, because that's not really useful. Well, it's not something that I really feel comfortable or even strong about. But let's teach people how to meditate. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do is I want to read the Metta Sutta, or the Metta Sutra. And the Metta Sutra, or let me go back just a little bit. When we talk about loving kindness, the word that we're talking about is metta, M-E-T-T-A. Since we have a couple of new people, and there might even be somebody newer on online as well, so this is for them as well. And this word metta is a really old word. It comes from the Pali language. The Pali language is, a couple thousand years old almost. And it's close to what the historical Buddha spoke, we think. And when this word metta gets translated into English 2,500 years later, it could mean a lot of things, because the definition and the meaning is so rich. It could mean loving kindness, unconditional friendliness, goodwill. And it's simply a wish to be happy, a wish for ourselves to be happy, and a wish for others to be happy. And even more than that, it's a wish for ourselves and for others to do the things that cause happiness. And if you want to know what causes happiness, you have to think about the motto of the Dharma Bum Temple. So there's some t-shirts down in the Dharma Bum Temple, these great t-shirts with a kind of Buddha, kind of this Buddha right here, the emaciated Buddha, kind of on the front, and on the back, it's our motto. And our motto is, think good thoughts, speak good words, do good deeds. Right? We engage in practices of non-harming, and those things are non-harming. And those things, to us, those things cause happiness, right? Which is the opposite of suffering, which we don't want. And when we're doing this meditation, we need just to keep this in mind. And when I'm going to read the Metta Sutta here, these are the Buddha's instructions on loving kindness. Excuse me while I put this on. And so he says, this is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud or demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing, in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short, or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born, may all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none, through anger or ill will, wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness, one should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense desires, is not born again into this world. And at the very end, I like at the very end where he just makes this really bold statement, where he says, if you do this and if you live like this, if this is the verb of your life, which is a term I just love to use, I heard it a while ago, and now I use it a lot, the verb of your life, then you're golden. I don't know what happens when you die. I have some guesses, but I don't really hold on to those. But I'd rather not be born into this world again. I'd rather be free from all of my suffering and, not kind of live in, ignorance, which is the reason why we're kind of born again into this world. I would love to be free from that, but it's, it's the long game in Buddhism. It takes a while, but that's okay. It's okay to take a while. You don't have to be perfect all at once. All right. So that is that. Anybody else come on? No. All right. not, you guys aren't new to meditation, right? Okay, I didn't think so. Well, I'm looking at the way you're sitting. Nope, you got it. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get into our position of meditation. I'm going to guide this meditation, so if you're worried about what to do, don't worry about it. I'll let you know. And if you've done a loving kindness meditation before, it might be a little bit different than what you're used to. And I can explain that if you want, like after the meditation. So just allow your eyes to close, making sure you have that seated position that's nice and sustainable for you, nice and comfortable, so you're not likely to move around too much. And when we sit like a Buddha. And you can even imagine yourselves as a Buddha sitting underneath your own tree of enlightenment. You can choose whatever tree you want. And you can imagine yourselves as a Buddha just sitting there, absolute peace for the days abiding in this sublime meditation, as it says in the Metta Sutta. And so at first, just to get connected to the breath, let's just take a deep breath all the way in and all the way out. And for the first few breaths, not forcing it, letting the breath be quite easy and quite natural. But after that, experimenting on what kind of breath is going to nourish the body, the best. What kind of breath is going to keep you alert and awake and ready to follow the instructions? What kind of breath is going to make your body feel the best? If there's any areas of tension in your body, you can direct this breath energy, because that's what the breath is. It's an energy. You can direct this breath energy to those parts of the body that might be hurting. Maybe having them open up just a little bit. Because no matter kind of what you're doing in meditation, whether it's loving kindness or some other kind of meditation, you always want to keep about 25% of your attention on the breath. So you stay grounded as much as possible to the present moment. The present moment in and of itself is not the goal, but you can't get there without the present moment. You can't get to the goal without being grounded and anchored to the present moment. Let's take another deep breath all the way in. All the way out. So we'll just sit here and connect with the breath for the next couple of moments. So to begin our practice of loving kindness, we're first going to think of a benefactor. And a benefactor is anyone who has shown us great love or great kindness. Someone it's easy to have these feelings for. These feelings just come naturally for this person when you think of them. It could be one person or more people. They could be living or not living. But just the thought of them can bring a smile to your face. And so we're just going to radiate loving kindness to them, wishing them happiness, wishing that they do the things that cause happiness. They're positive and well-intentioned. Another word for that is skillful thoughts, words, and actions. And however you understand that word radiate, I like to think of a beam of loving kindness going from my heart to theirs. And it could be pulsing, it could be vibrating, it could be different colors. Just experiment with what kind of radiating is going to work best for you. Use that. Thinking of what they meant to you. So for the next few moments, we'll do this practice of loving kindness for our benefactor. Don't forget to smile. Puts the mind in a good mood. So shifting our focus just a little bit from doing this practice for our benefactor or benefactors to now imagining our benefactor doing this practice for us. And so it could be the same benefactor, it could be a different one. And we already have the experience of their love and kindness towards us in our heart. That's why they're a benefactor. And so now we're just going to imagine our benefactor doing this practice for us, radiating loving kindness to us. And our only job is just to receive all of their loving kindness. Receive all of it into our own heart. Let our hearts fill with the joy, the caring, the love. Let that fill our hearts and make it bigger and warmer and stronger. If you feel any tension when you do this, any part of your heart that says, no, I can't let this in, that's okay. Can you then use the breath and use this breath energy to breathe into that tension? Not trying to change it, just giving it some space. Some space to move around and maybe not be so tight, not be so harsh. Smiling always helps. So for the next few moments, we'll imagine our benefactor doing this practice for us. Now shifting our focus again to now, can we turn this loving kindness back on ourselves and do this practice for ourselves? And to do this, just call to mind your own wish to be happy, your own wish to be free from danger, to be healthy, to be protected, safe. And it's a wish that everyone has for themselves. So it's perfectly fine, perfectly normal. And you can either direct this loving kindness back into your own heart, or you can just simply repeat phrases of loving kindness. Phrases like, may I be happy. May I be safe from inner and outer danger. May I be well in body and mind. May I be at peace and live at ease in this world. And you can use just one or more of those phrases. It's up to you. Just gently repeat them. Gently let them just whisper to your heart. Don't force it. So for the next few moments, we'll do this practice of loving kindness for ourselves. And finally, we can radiate loving kindness to all beings in all directions. No matter what beings there may be, the great or the mighty, medium, short, or small. Those living near and far away, those the seen and the unseen, those born and to be born, may all beings be at ease. Just go out as far as you can. Wishing all beings happiness, wishing that they do the things that cause happiness, which is their skillful thoughts, actions, and words. If their actions are non-harming and your actions are non-harming, there is never any conflict. So we'll do this for the next few moments to end our meditation. So just allow your eyes to open. And let's just take the next couple of moments out in silence as you stretch your arms and you stretch your legs. So the next part, we're gonna do like a question and answer. But not before we take this kind of silent couple of moments out here. So if you have any questions, I'll ask you about the meditation and your experience of meditation. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know. We'll talk about it. Keeping that mindfulness of loving kindness about you. Whew, okay. That was good for me. I needed that. So good to be back here with you guys in person. It really is. I love it. I always say, I mean, if you have to do it online, I'm happy to do it online. I really am, especially because of everything that's going on. I know a lot of people are just maskless indoors and all that kind of stuff, and we just want to be a little extra cautious here, and that's fine. The cases are super low right now, but there's another variant, BA2 and BA2.2. And the good news about that is that in Europe, everything really spiked with BA2, and now everything is coming down from those variants. And I think it's almost half of the new cases are BA2 here. So I'm not really sure about that, but I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to all that stuff. I follow a lot of like immunologists and other medical folks on social media, just so I feel like I have all the correct information, as most correct as can be. So that's good news. But we are a spiritual practice of not harming. Well, that's what we're trying to do here. So this is for online or anybody here. Any questions on the instructions at all? Hopefully they were relatively straightforward. If not, let me know. Any comments or questions on your experience of meditation? Good or bad, indifferent?
It's very interesting. When I'm like looking out at factors in the whole world, I was thinking of my sister, who I'm hopefully going to be visiting shortly. There's a little bit of a contentiousness going on. What do you know? Right in the middle of all this, she messaged me. Which, might be coincidental. But I'm kind of struggling with the idea, in all theologies, Christianity, whatever, deal with forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive is divine, forget is human, blah, 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 all that. And I've got a situation with her where it's so strange. She sent me podcasts about forgiveness, but she has this major resentment against me. trying to wash it away. I don't want to be expecting forgiveness. All I can do is forgive her.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems like such a waste of energy and time to harbor. It's been 20 years of harboring something. And I
So you have a resentment against her. She has a resentment against you.
well, I have a resentment that she won't forgive me, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, so that's your resentment. Okay, so have you asked for forgiveness?
Pretty much. I mean, I might have been a little too forceful because the other day, all I did was say the word Italy. It's a long whole story. And she goes, "That just makes me sick." And I said, let go. Get over it. I mean, that's not really plain, please forgive me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been 20 years, and why would people? And the funny thing is, she's on a spiritual path. It's not like she's some yahoo.
So you don't have any control over what she does, as you
I know that.
as you know. You do have control over your own mind, right, and your own actions, your own thoughts.
I suppose it's
So you can either just tell her, "I am so sorry for what happened." Just actually go up to her and just say that, and just address it directly.
that's my style.
And then you don't have any control over what she does.
Well, and then it's out of me.
Right.
It's gone.
That's right. And but that's pretty much all you can do. And her reaction is her reaction. It doesn't have to.
Yeah, it was so odd because at the very beginning.
Because we all hold on to these
things.
old resentments and old traumas, and it's really, really hard. It could have been traumatizing for her.
Well, it was.
And so holding in trauma, I mean, the more we hold on to trauma, the harder it is to let go.
And it seems like it's more suffering. So
Exactly. Because the longer the trauma goes, the more we internalize it, the more we make stories about it, and the more it feels comforting for us to make stories about it. When the exact opposite is true, it's just going deeper.
Yeah.
It's just going deeper without addressing it, and this is how you get, mental breaks, mental illness. This is how you get addiction. As someone in recovery myself, I know my experience about that for sure. My oldest sister, who drinks a 6-pack and a bottle of Jack every day,
Oh God.
is still can't let that go. And it's really hard to see. And I know that I can't help her after several rehabs don't work. I love her. I can't do anything about it. She has to be the one. She has to be and I know that. And if you just directly apologize or do whatever you think you need to do, anything that's safe for you to do,
That's kind of a making amends, yeah.
then you've done what you can do.
Well,
And you can do a living amends, like you just never engage in whatever that is again.
it's coming up soon, so I'm glad I have it, so I can think about it for the next 2 or 3 weeks before we cross paths. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Glad to be back. I came here for several reasons. I'm actually very glad to be back. I'm going with the flow of the COVID, and I also do it professionally. So I'm adapting to what's going on, and I do appreciate the mask, and I continue to wear them here, no problem. But I was sitting for the 45 minutes or so. My practice didn't go well. I mean, if I'm going to judge it, I am judging it, I guess. I had.
It's okay to say it didn't go.
I came to loving kindness meditate. Another reason is because humans can be so cruel. I'm like, wow, you know, I don't understand it. It's like, oh, so especially in the climate now, what's happening. So that's another reasons I came to tonight's loving kindness. But throughout the meditation, I was finding myself in a, when I was meditating in London, wondering how this teacher that I used to know in San Francisco, how he's doing. And then I would jump back into loving kindness, and then I would go back off to, sometimes the thoughts were the persons that were radiating loving kindness to me. I would concentrate on those people, the three of them, and then I would think about things that happened 20 years with those people. I mean, wonderful kind of feelings and gestures.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Was I meditating when I was feeling?
Sure you were. So
Doesn't sound bad to me.
the thing, the thing we have to think about is, what is mindfulness? Because we're trying to be mindful of loving kindness, right? That's what kind of the instructions are leading us to, and mindfulness, sati, it has this part of it that's really about memory, right? And so the best definition of mindfulness that I can give you is the one that I heard from Tanjef from the Metaphors Monastery. Mindfulness is keeping something in mind. It's just keeping, there's more to it, of course, but keeping something in mind. And people can remember a simple definition. And, remembering, always remember the breath, because as I said, we want to try to keep about 25% of our attention on the breath, and what is the breath doing for us? Like getting really interested in the breath, because we think of the breath as something that's so boring. Oh, you breathe in and you breathe out. But the thing about the breath is you'll never take the same breath twice. Each breath that you take in your lifetime is a different breath. It feels different. The energy is different, even if it's just slightly. And to get interested in the quality of the breath and how that breath nourishes your body and how that breath nourishes your mind. Can you take a breath that will not send you to some other thought? And when you think these other thoughts, can you then remember the breath in a way so that you don't beat yourself up for getting lost in thought? That you can say, oh, okay, I'm coming back to the breath. And just have it be that, I'm back to the breath. And then you get more interested in. And maybe what you need to do is just kind of stop even following the instructions for a couple of minutes and just get connected to the breath. That's always okay. Doesn't matter what I'm saying or what my instructions are. You're like, hey, I'm getting lost in thought too much. I think I'm just going to sit here for a couple of minutes and just follow the breath and notice the breath energy and the parts of the body that this breath energy is affecting. Is it affecting my chest, or is it affecting my legs, or is it affecting my arms, or is it affecting my spleen, or is it affecting my spine, or, what does that feel like? And what kind of breath would be good to take right now? What do I need to nourish, and what kind of breath is going to get me there? And to experiment. Getting interested in the breath is the best thing that you could possibly do in this spiritual practice. As boring as it sounds for a lot of people, and I know it does, the best thing you can do is to get really interested in the breath, in the quality of the breath, and how that breath can nourish your body and mind, and keep your body and mind focused and concentrated. But all of these things that you're saying, absolutely, totally get it. Happens to me too. Got a couple minutes left. course, you don't have to. That's okay. I can't be quiet. I'm just happy to be here. Literally, I'm just happy to be here.
This is much nicer.
All right, thank you guys so much. Thank you to our online folks. It's wonderful to be here with you, as always. Let's join our palms together at our hearts, please. And may the benefits of this meditation, this discussion be received by all beings. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be joyful and at ease. May all beings be happy. May all beings be loved and seen for the beautiful, radiant beings that you are. Thank you for coming. Thank you, guys. It's wonderful to be here with you. We're going to be here every Wednesday. I'll be here every Wednesday, or you can join us online. And thank you guys for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your week. See you guys.